The crack, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Cards Everywhere here, bring you another weekly league deck profile. It is a good week this week for the energy. You can use pretty much any deck you want and it will probably do fairly well. So I've gone with a disruption deck using the cost increase and power reduction cards. I find it does fairly well against most things this week. Its weaknesses would be maybe the Marsupials and a Holy Grail deck, but for the most part, it has been doing very well for me. So I'll give you a quick rundown and we'll jump into a game. So first up, the Mythic Archangel. On the play, 2 random cards in your hand gain 25 power until played, and also on the play, a random card in your hand gains 30 power permanently. Next we have King Midas. On the draw, your opponent's legendary cards in hand cost +2 energy for 3 turns. Next is Ragnarok. On the draw, your opponent's cards in hand cost +2 energy this turn, and your cards in hand cost +1 energy this turn. Next is Vitruvian Man. On the play, if your deck has 9 or more science cards, your arts and culture cards, wherever they are, gain 18 power until played, and vice versa. Next, the Gavel Gauche. On the draw, your cards in hand cost +1 or -1 energy until played, and then on the return, steal 2 energy from your opponent. Next, Dagar. On the draw, if you have played not this game, your cards in hand gain 20 power until played. And then its counterpart, Not. On the return, if you have played Dragar this game, your opponent's cards, wherever they are, cost +1 energy for 2 turns. Next up, Sinterklaas. On the draw, your opponent's cards in hand with 50 or more base power cost +1 energy until played, and your cards in hand with 40 or less base power cost -1 energy until played. And the final arts and culture is Icelandic Yule Cash. On the draw, your opponent's cards in hand cost +1 energy this round. Next we have the Science Person. First up, Jet Car. On the play, your cards adjacent to this gain 80 power this turn, and then on the return, lose 40 power for 3 turns. Next, the Fusion, the Brain. On the draw, your cards, wherever they are, gain 23 power for 2 turns, and this card locks for 2 turns. And then on the return, an opponent's random card in hand locks next turn. Next, we have Duck and Cover, 1952. On the draw, your opponent's non-science cards in hand cost +1 energy and lose 10 power for 2 turns. Next is Antimatter. On the play, this card loses 150 power and the card opposite this loses 150 power this turn. Next we have the recently nerfed card Consciousness. On the draw, if your deck has exactly 9 arts and culture cards, your science cards, wherever they are, gain 16 power until played. And if your deck has exactly 9 science cards, your arts and culture cards, wherever they are, gain 16 power until played. Next up, Chrono Photographic Gun. On the play, the card opposite this loses 100 power this turn. Then we have the Grim Reaper Paradox. On the draw, if it's round 1 or 2, your opponent's cards in hand lose 32 power this turn. If it's round 3 or 4, your opponent's cards in hand lose 16 power this turn. And if it's after round 4, your cards in hand lose 16 power permanently. Next we have the Door to Hell. On the draw, your cards in hand burn 50 until played and gain 50 power this turn. And finally we have the Infinite Grand Hotel. On the draw, your opponent's cards in hand cost +1 energy this turn. So that's the deck, guys. We will jump into a game and see if we can get a win. So hopefully we get a real opponent so we can showcase the deck properly. It looks like we have. So let's see what the opponent is playing. We'll say our hello. So we're up against a green deck, so it'll be Marsupials or Primates maybe. So let's see what we can do. We'll hold back for a second. And we'll switch these around and end the turn. Also, we're going against the Going Underground cards. So hopefully we can slow them down. They have reduced the energy, which reduces the effectiveness of our deck, but that is okay. So we'll go Grim Reaper, Consciousness. We'll go with the Grim Reaper and the Knot for a 145. It is enough to keep up for the most part. We're only a little bit behind now. So we'll see here. We got the Duck and Cover, which again increases the cost of his cards. With the Door to Hell, we might be able to pull through this round. So we'll go for 353 and see if that's enough. So it looks like we were able to pull through this first round. So we'll see if we can keep up the momentum and finish out the game before the opponent's deck gets too powerful to deal with. So I think we'll go with Consciousness, Vitruvian Man, and the Gavel Gauche for a 240 start. The opponent is using the Tetsudo formation, so hopefully we can take advantage of that and steal the energy from him. So we take a little bit there, and we'll see if we can stall him out for this round. Looks like the Sinterklaas didn't hit anything. So we'll see if 292 is enough to keep up. Not quite. But we should be due our Infinite Grand Hotel, so hopefully that puts the opponent in a position where he can't play the 3 cards. And we might be able to sneak the win with Jakar. So we'll see what the opponent does here. So if you have Antimatter, Archangel, and the Infinite Grand Hotel. So I don't think I'll take the risk, and I'll go with the Jakar for a 270. And we were able to finish out a win here in the second round. We will be at a disadvantage with the Jakar. I'm not sure if we would have won without it, but it's best not to take the risk. So I think I'll go with the Grim Reaper, the Ragnarok, and we get the Brain around as well. Yeah, I think so, for a 219 start. The opponent got the Fennec Fox around, but hopefully we can take advantage of the Ragnarok next time he plays the Tetsudo. I don't think we'll be winning this round, as the opponent probably has his common Daegu, which is pretty strong. So we'll play some of our weaker cards just to rotate them around. For a 109, there is the common Daegu. So we'll try and aim for the victory next round. And we'll try and get our support cards around here. So we'll go with the Consciousness, Vitruvian Man, and the Knot. So the opponent decided to play a weaker hand that turn. So we'll see if we can get a win here in the next round. He does have the arena advantage on us, but hopefully we can push through with the power advantage. So he had the Tetsudo. So we are going to try and drain his energy for as much as we can. So we do have Ragnarok coming around with our jet car, so we might be able to pull through here this round. Again, Sinterklaas is not hitting anything. So I might just play the weaker stuff and see what we're dealing with here in the next turn. So the opponent didn't play too powerful a hand, which might bode well for us, since we have the Jack card here. So I think we will try and go all out with the strongest hand we can play for a 219 and see if the antimatter with the Jack card is enough to pull through here. So it looks like we were just able to scrape by. We'll say very good game to the opponent. That was a close one indeed. But as you can see, the deck can keep up with most things. So I think we will leave it there, folks. And I will catch you next time. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a comment and let me know what you think. And I will catch you again next week. Cards everywhere, out.